Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And I was watching the video the other day and it was my friend JP Wisco, and he was showing some two-player cards. And I thought, oh, that's cool. I've got a bunch of those. So I kind of was going through my cards as I went through my a few stuff that I was looking for there. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to pull out a couple of boxes and pull out some of the two-player cards that I could find. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share some of those today. First, this is considered a two-player card. It's a Hank Aaron and Roy Herbert card. It's a double header. And you got the Hank Aaron on one side, and you got the Ray Herbert on the other side. So I think this is a two-player card, even though they're not on the same side. I'm going to count this as a two-player card. And you know, I was on I pulled as I pulled out this tall boy card. They were put away with my basketball tall boys, because I put them all together the same size. And that reminded me that I was watching a live stream yesterday, and it was oh God, they were talking to Teapot from Sports Card Investor, and it was Rolling with FD. It was FD, and he was talking about who is the best shooting guard, who's the best guard. And the conversation they had was basically between Curry and Magic Johnson. And you know, of course, that's, you know, they'd never even seen Magic Johnson actually play that much. Neither one of them had. But I do remember Magic Johnson. I think Magic Johnson was probably better. As far as pure shooter, they were saying Curry was the best, and I would agree with that. But I'm going to throw this guy in the mix, because people forget Pistol Pete Maravich. What he did, he was one of these game changers. And if you go back and you look at what Pistol Pete did, as far as college basketball, I don't think he has an equal. I don't think now he still has an equal. I think he averaged over 40 points per game in college. And when he came into the NBA, he was an incredible player. Of course, his career was shortened, but this guy was, you know, I'm pretty sure he was the first guy that did the no-look pass before Magic Johnson did that. You know, if you look at his highlights of when he played, I mean, this guy was just unstoppable, incredible. I remember when I was a kid, because I was a little, you know, I guess, let's see, this is 1970, so no, I wasn't that young. I was a teenager at the time, but I do remember Pete Maravich playing on TV. Maybe a couple times, I do remember. But I do remember, of course, all the highlights that I saw. But, you know, I'll throw this guy in as one of the best shooters and all around. He was a forward at this time, but really, you know, I mean, he would not be a forward today, you know. You know, he's a 6'5", 197, but he was unstoppable, the most prolific scorer in the history of college basketball. Pete broke the record for most points scored in a career, formerly held by Oscar Robertson, and became the first to top 3,000-point mark, a unanimous All-American and the nation's leading scorer the past 3 seasons. He bettered the 50-point mark with 26 different times in his career. So you see, he averaged 44 points a game. But I had to pull him out. Basketball season is here. Pete Maravich, one of the greatest of all time, with, again, another one of the greatest of all time. And I showed the Wilt Chamberlain, another Wilt Chamberlain card earlier, but here's another, the Wilt 70-71. One of the best centers ever. So I would consider Pete Maravich, so nobody puts any bad comments, overall, one of the best skilled players in the league ever. You know, as far as he could pass, he could shoot, you know, he did it all. He could dribble, he did it, he pretty much could do it all. And Chamberlain, of course, changed the game. So let's get back to JP Wisco. And as I was looking through the cards, I also saw this. Boy, can you imagine they would have had a rookie card of Clemente in 1954? Well, that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome, but they didn't. So let's go. I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to start with the oldest first, and start with this 1958 two-player card of Ted Williams and Ted Kluzinski, one of the most powerful guys during the day. Supreme, Slugger Supreme, Ted Williams. This is from 1958. Big Clue, one of the most consistent run producers. So that's a two-player. We'll go through a bunch of them, so I'm going to go a little bit quicker. I don't want to make this too long a video, but, you know, let's see. That's the Ernie Banks, Club Clubbers. Another two-player, Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, the Fence Busters. Hitters Foes with Don Drysdale. You got the Keystone Combo, Nellie Fox, Luis Aparicio. How about this one in pink? Al Kaline, Pitchers Beware. Al Kaline. Here's one of my favorites there, the Pitching Partners. Camilo Pascual and Pedro Ramos. How about these guys? Home Run Kings. 1962, Roger Maris and Orlando Cepeda. And you got two of the greatest hitters in the history of baseball. You got Lou Gehrig and you got Babe Ruth. There you go. Can't top that. Here's a couple of some of the first knuckleballers here. Look at that. Roy Face and Hoyt Wilhelm. Check out he's throwing the ball there, the knuckleball. That's a cool one there. How about the Robinsons? Brooks Robinson and Frank Robinson. Throw them over there. All right, so let's go a little bit more modern stuff here. Well, not modern, but from the 80s. Boggs and Brett. Just went through my like dollar boxes here, but these are all still cool cards. Trammell and Ripken. How about this one? That's a cool one here. The Pine Tar Incident. George Brett, Gaylord Perry. Look at the bat with the pine tar. Look at him. That's a cool card there. How about the Ripken family? Billy Cal and Cal Sr. A lot of cool cards. It's a great idea from JP Wisco to show us all that, tell us to show these cards. Some of these cards, you know, just don't see them very often. Look at the face on Pete Rose, Willie Stargell. Look at Pete Rose there. But it's just cool to go back. These cards are worth pennies, but still, they're just cool cards. There's Cal Ripken, Alan Trammell, Tony Fernandez. Here's another one with Cal and Billy. How about these two guys, Mike Schmidt and Gary Carter? And he's a little more, here, look at this. This I thought was real cool. This has Pete Rose. Check this out, Pete Rose. And the back is Mike Schmidt. The next card, it's got the Mike Schmidt. So it looks like they did one right after the other. Yeah, the photographer said, I'm gonna take a picture of Pete Rose. There's Mike Schmidt in the ready to bat. And there's Mike Schmidt in the next card actually taking that at bat. So I thought that was a cool one there. So I'll share that. And then a little bit more modern cards. I mean, not modern. I mean, these are from the 90s, but still. There's, let's see, there's Cal Ripken and Brady Anderson. Here's one with a whole group of guys here. This has Albert Bell, Sandy Alomar, Tim Tomey, Kenny Lofton, Carlos Baega. Check out that team. Look at that Indians team, huh? Some big names on that. Here's another cool one here. Here's Frank Thomas and Robin Ventura. And then let's go out west, and here's the Mariners. Ken Griffey Jr., Sr. And I think that's Jay Buhner there. Yep, Jay Buhner. And I want to congrats to the Rangers for winning the championship. Congratulations. And this team could have won the championship right here. Look at this Rangers team. You got Ken Seiko, you got Juan Gonzalez, you got Pudge Rodriguez, and you got Rafael Palmeiro. Wow. Strong lineup right there, guys. Check that out. That could have been all 4 Hall of Famers. That's a cool card there. We'll keep that one right there. Some other duels or trios here, and again, here's another one that's got a couple Hall of Famers and Fred McGriff, Tony Gwynn. You've got Gary Sheffield in there. Yep. So those are cool. And here's some more here, and this got Barry Bonds right there in the middle. Matt Williams. And Will Clark. How could I forget Will Clark right there? Look at that beautiful swing from Will Clark. You got Barry in there. A lot of 2-player cards. Here's a couple more here. This is a pretty good one here. There's a Ryan Sandberg and Andre Dawson. So that's a cool one there. Here's another cool one right here with the Bench and Morgan. And the last one I want to show goes along with this one here. And that is another Clemente. The Latin Heat. Guerrero and Clemente. So anyway, guys, that's about it for 2-player cards, or 2 or 3 or 4-player cards that I've even shown here. So I just wanted to share some of those, and I want to thank Tony and JP Wisco. He's a great guy, great collection. He's way out there in Japan, but he's got some beautiful cards. If you like Japanese cards, Japanese players, he's the guy that you want to follow. So I'll put a link to his channel, and he's not really having a contest. He just wants you to show 2-player cards, and that's what I'm doing. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching. Have an awesome day. This is Orlando from My Collector's Dream, and I'll catch you on the next one.